Welcome to the October 26, 2022 meeting of the Town of Southampton Conservation Board. In accordance with the Town Board's adoption of Local Law Number 14 of 2022, the Board's meetings are now being held both in person here at Town Hall and via video conference through Zoom webinar. The link to participate in this meeting via video conference can be found on the town's website at the Town Clerk's Agendas and Meetings portal. If you do not wish to join the live meeting, you can still watch the live stream video, and you can also submit written comments for the public record through the town website. The Zoom webinar is being moderated by CTV. If you are attending this meeting via Zoom and you wish to speak during the meeting, then please type in the chat box that you would like to speak and which application you're here for. So then our CTV moderator can let you in at the appropriate time. As a reminder to all applicants, agents, and members of the public who wish to speak at the meeting, please state your name and hamlet of residence for the record. Thank you. Please join together for the salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What is your pleasure on the minutes of October 12th, 2022?
Motion to accept?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearings, A 021027, Morrison Business and Kathleen Cuomo Business. The applicant requests adjournment to December 7th, 2022. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak in this application or on Zoom?
Move to adjourn to December 7th?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Advisory reports, Brown Development Corp. subdivision.
Good evening, Morty Shea, Chief Environmental Analyst for the town. This is a proposed two-lot residential subdivision located on Majors Path in the hamlet of North Sea. The subdivision is in its final stages. There are two recommended comments. First is that based upon an October 24, 2022 field assessment, the track is marked by a sizable block of native woods extending from the rear storage building to the north property line and northwest corner of the site, whose preservation, together with the large trees along the north property border, needs to be integrated into the subdivision planning process. As evidenced by the large flock of roosting grackle at the time of inspection, these groves of oak, maple, cherry, and sassafras, as well as the native understory vegetation, provide beneficial indigenous insect and songbird habitat, which could yet be protected while still allowing for residential subdivision and full use of the land. And second, as recommended by the Conservation Board's July 22nd, 2020 advisory report, conservation easements need to be applied to safeguard these natural resources.
Move to send comments to the planning board?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? For the ZBA, Woodcock Ventures LLC.
This variance application relates to property on the south side of South Road in the hamlet of West Hampton. There are several recommended comments. First is that the subject premises for which a front yard setback variance is being sought is located in close proximity to Beaver Dam Creek and its associated town-regulated wetlands. Second, on December 22nd, 2017, the Environment Division had issued a letter of non-jurisdiction pursuant to Chapter 325 for a new single-family dwelling and pool in accordance with the site plan as prepared by Wayne Culver, dated July 26, 2017. The proposed dwelling and swimming pool is shown on the undated site plan prepared by Frank S. Farantello, is generally consistent with the plan referenced by the letter of non-jurisdiction. However, the applicant is now proposing to construct extensive retaining walls in order to undertake significant grade modifications which were not considered as part of the previously proposed activities. Additionally, the existing letter of non-jurisdiction is set to expire on December 22nd of this year, as it is only valid for a period of 5 years. In light of the project modifications, as well as the upcoming expiration of the non-jurisdiction letter, new request for a jurisdictional determination needs to be submitted. And lastly, notwithstanding the need for a new wetland jurisdictional decision, no determination has been made with regard to the compatibility of the requested relief with the separate variance issuance standards as set forth in the town building and zoning code.
Motion to send those comments to the ZBA?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The administrative wetland permits are in your packets. Resolution of conditional approval, A021066, Nathan Bahar and Jamie Bahar, that request postponed to November 2nd, 2022.
Motion to postpone to November 2nd?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? A022028, Denise Sokolich, applicant request postponement to November 2nd, 2022.
Motion to postpone to November 2nd,
Second.
2022.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? A022040, Philip Dominski and Judith Dominski. Any discussion?
Move to issue.
Second.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval be granted to Philip Dominski and Judith Dominski for the proposed project about the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A022068, Leslie Lukow. Any discussion?
Move to issue?
Second.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval be granted to Leslie Lukow for the proposed project upon the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A022078, 555 SAG LLC. Any discussion?
Move to issue.
Second.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval be granted to 555 SAG LLC for the proposed project upon the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A022084, Ecolape Corp. Any discussion?
Move to issue.
Second.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval be granted to Ecolape Corp. for the proposed project on terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that resolution should reflect that name, Ecolape Corp., instead of the address. Just one typo there. A022085, Sukhdeep Gruel and Akila Gruel. Any discussion?
Move to issue.
Second.
Resolve that a conditional wetland approval be granted to Sukhdeep Gruel and Akila Gruel for the proposed project upon the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution to schedule public hearing, 658 Flying Point LLC.
Motion to schedule a public hearing, but do we have a date?
December 7th.
For December 7th, 2022.
Second.
Resolve that the Town Conservation Board hereby schedules a public hearing for December 7th, 2022, and that a notice of public hearing be published in the town designated newspaper pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-8C of the Town Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Preliminary review of secret determination, A021061, Tony Lipari, applicant requests postponement to November 2nd, 2022.
So moved.
Marty, Do we know what all this is about, this postponement?
Good evening, again, Marty Shea, Chief Environmental Analyst for the town. The applicant has been in the process of revising their project plans in response to recommendations that were made in my preliminary advisory report. They need some additional time to finalize those plans.
Have they been given permission to work on the property?
Yes, there is an existing residence on the property. They
Right.
have been renovating the dwelling. We did consider those activities, and we deemed them customary renovations and repair, and as such did not require a wetlands permit for the work on the home.
We have any idea when they're gonna get their paperwork in?
Yeah, they had just submitted a revised buffer plan on Friday. I emailed them in response to that today. I expect that we will see a revision to that plan within next week. I know that the applicant's agent has indicated that they're close to resolution of the issues and finalization of the plan.
Thank you, Marty.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Is there a motion to postpone?
I had made one motion to postpone.
Second, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022003 Clifford Gibbons.
This application relates to an existing residentially developed property on South Bay Avenue in the hamlet of Eastport. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated October 24, 2022. I did have an opportunity to meet with the landowner at the property as well as in the office. And the plan that he has put forward is to demolish an existing retaining wall and to construct a swimming pool with associated pool enclosure fence, pool equipment, and dry well. There is an existing covenanted buffer on the property, which is largely succeeding to natural vegetation. There will be a need for some planting. The landowner did come in with a preliminary plan, and we've asked that some minor revisions be made to that plan. The work is fully compliant with the required wetland construction setbacks. This is an application for which we have sufficient information to make a determination. As such, I'm recommending that the hearing requirement be waived.
Motion to waive hearing?
Second?
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022006 Peter Cody, the applicant requests postponement to November 2nd, 2022.
Motion to postpone to November 2nd, 2022.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022012 Duretti Fufa, applicant requests postponement to November 2nd, 2022.
Motion to postpone to November 2nd?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022015 Elizabeth G. Young Revocable Trust, applicant requests postponement to November 2nd, 2022.
Motion to postpone to November 2nd?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022036 Francesca Dricot and Michael Figliolio.
This application relates to an existing residentially developed property on the south side of Springville Road in the hamlet of Hampton Bays. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated October 18, 2022. The application has been made in order to gain this board's approval and a wetland permit to construct a swimming pool tight against the rear of the residence. They also want to construct a detached garage within the confines of an existing asphalt driveway. I did have an opportunity to meet with the landowners in the past week, at which time we worked on a plan for establishment of a covenanted naturally vegetated wetland non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer. It was a good opportunity to educate the landowners about native plants. The applicants are amenable to establishing a 50 feet wide naturally vegetated wetland non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer. They have also offered to replace the existing expansive asphalt driveway with pervious stone driveway in order to offer additional mitigation for the lesser buffer at the site. So the applicant is amenable to all the recommendations in terms of mitigation. This is an application for which we have sufficient opportunity in order to make a determination as such, recommending that the hearing requirement be waived.
Motion to waive the hearing requirement?
Second.
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022042 Lydia Bach.
This application relates to a property on the west side of North Sea Road in the hamlet of North Sea. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated October 13, 2022. The application has been made in this board in order to legalize various improvements that were made to the existing single family residence. My office has been working very closely with the applicant to get them through this process. Between the residence and North Sea Road, there is a vernal pond which provides excellent habitat for songbirds and amphibians. There is a forested slope that leads down to that vernal pond, as shown on the sketch, recommending that that portion of the property be covenanted so that it can remain in its natural state. The applicant is amenable to the mitigation. This is an application for which we have sufficient information in order to make a determination. As such, I'm recommending that the hearing requirement be waived.
Motion to waive public hearing?
Second?
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022043 Grace Clark, applicant request postponement to November 2nd, 2022.
Motion to postpone to November 2nd, 2022?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022064 Elira Hoffman and Stephen Hartigan, applicant request postponement to November 2nd, 2022.
Motion to postpone to November 2nd, 2022?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 022076 20 Cold Spring Court LLC.
This application relates to an existing developed property on Cold Spring Court in the hamlet of Shinnecock Hills. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated October 17, 2022. In 2015, this board had issued a wetlands permit in order to allow for residential redevelopment of the property, conditioned upon establishment of a maximized covenanted naturally vegetated wetland non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer, with the condition that certain vegetation, namely mature beach plum and bayberries, be preserved, and that the applicant come forward with a plan for supplementing the existing native cover with other indigenous plans. A certificate of wetland compliance had been filed in order to close out the permit. Upon inspection, we found that some relatively minor modifications had been made to construction of the residence and the accessory structure. We found that the swimming pool area was not properly fenced, so I ensured that that was addressed immediately. We also found that the contractor had cleared the required buffer, inclusive of the mature vegetation that was to be retained. Accordingly, I required that the applicant develop an immediate restoration and revegetation plan. That plan went through several revisions in the interest of getting the buffer fully restored during this fall planting season. I did give the landowner the okay to proceed with the buffer restoration. I just received photos today showing the completed work. It looks like they did an excellent job. So the application before you is to legalize the changes in construction. Again, conditioned upon maintenance of the wetland preservation area and newly restored buffer. This is an application for which we have sufficient information to make a determination. As such, I'm recommending that the hearing requirement be waived.
Motion to waive the public hearing?
Second.
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution to transfer A 180408 Eric Reimer and Jennifer Hirsch. This is just a change in ownership.
Motion to approve the transfer?
Second.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval be granted to Eric Reimer and Jennifer Hirsch for the proposed project upon the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Did I see on the website that the agenda also had something about a wetlands jurisdiction, wetlands boundary thing? It was on the website.
That was
left off?
on the prior meeting agenda, which time we scheduled a hearing date.
Okay.
That hearing is on for the second meeting in November. It's
Okay.
on for
I just had-
November 16th.
I had looked for the agenda on the website, and I thought there was one extra thing on here, but that's fine. Motion to adjourn?
Yeah, there were some, final revisions that had to be made to the agenda as well.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all.